Hello everybody, it is I, Earthknite, and welcome back to Minecraft, the Magitech War. This session I'm basically just going around and cleaning up a bit. As we removed immersive engineering, these won't grow anymore, so I need to cut down all of this grass so I can actually see. So we'll be getting some red matter shears and going through doing that while I go over the plan for the future. Basically, I already put down a farm. This is a farm plot, which basically has a wooden hoe or a stone hoe in the middle, depending on how many of these you want. I used a wooden hoe, obviously, to get one. And then I made these scarecrows, which is basically a pumpkin on the top, a wheat in the middle, and then 3 sticks in a bowl pattern. Um, With that, we'll hopefully be able to provide ourselves with wheat and watermelons and whatever other foods we decide to put in there. I'm going to see if Pam's Harvest Craft will actually work with this. If so, then I'm going to be giving our restaurant the directions to make burgers themselves, as they do have a huge amount of hunger that they fill, and the villagers will have to eat less because of the more fulfilling food. However, I do not know if it's actually compatible at this time. I would think it is because it does list all the different foods that are available in there to be made. It's just the recipes will have to require several different iterations. And I'd have to... Ooh, there's a lag spike. Ooh, another one. There we go. I'd have to cut down and make sure they aren't eating the ingredients and only eating the actual completed food, which will take quite a bit of work in the actual restaurant itself by selecting all of those. I'll probably show that in a little bit. But it'll help, again, reduce the amount of food we actually need. One thing that we will need to get that I haven't gotten, obviously, I put a guard tower here to expand my hold on this area a bit further out to that lake or that river section, so we could get a fishery as well set up. But we will need to get both a swine herder and a cow herder. Cow so we can get the beef to make ground beef, and a swine herder to get pork chops so we can then make the big burgers here, the bacon cheeseburgers. Because the recipe for these is this. So you require your skillet, but you need your ground beef, your ketchup, which is what I hope that will grow tomatoes, which is with the juicer. This is ground beef, is just beef with a grinder, some bread, some raw pork chops, and then some milk, which is, or sorry, some cheese, which is milk and salt, I believe, in a pot. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, that's the current plan for these buildings. Obviously, I'm also constructing 2 further houses just to make sure, because while these 2 houses will house the 4 people that are currently here, we do need to expand because we need another guard, we're going to need a farmer, and then whatever else we build, we're going to need more people. And the bigger the houses, the more houses we have, the more people we will either recruit or have children. And that will grow up and then be able to fulfill whatever jobs come next. The next actual building I plan on making, we do need the bakery, the mine, and the quarry. There's different sized mines, but this will be a quarry, not actual mine. The mine's going to be placed somewhere else. I'm not sure where yet. Probably next to it, probably like right here or something like that. Let me get rid of these build spots so that the builders don't have to sit there and worry about them. But those will help provide resources, as well as we need a warehouse and a courier. And there's a lot of basic stuff that this is literally the bare bones skeletal of a town. The houses, a restaurant, and I'm providing most of the resources to these buildings. However, they can be self-sufficient once you have them built up enough. Which is the overall plan, is I just place down the build block and they go and build that. Or I say upgrade and they can upgrade it because they'll already have all the resources available. That's the future of this place. However, how long that actually takes to achieve will be determined by how long it takes and how much focus I have, as well as sitting on here and making sure that they're building it, like Ethan over here, who apparently needs something. What do you need,
I could
Ethan?
help you with that.
Oh, you just want the guard barrack near your home, which I've already started that one, which should put that under its influence. If not, there's going to be another, the barracks is actually going to be over on that side, once we research it and are capable of building it. 1 second. There we go. Now we shouldn't have the air conditioner blowing straight into the microphone. Future me, make sure you cut that out. Probably will forget, because I usually don't try not to cut any. Oh, excuse me. I try not to cut anything out of the videos. I just stop recording, do grinding off camera, and then I record another session. Is usually how I operate these, because I don't want to miss things, usually. And I'm going to be doing a more concerted effort, by the request of Luke, please don't, to record more content of this, especially. Which will likely require me just grinding episodes, maybe doing more editing or doing longer episodes, depending on the circumstances at the time. So, we will continue. These flowers are actually going to come in handy later on when I make the actual flag, but I haven't actually worked on the flag yet. That'll be interesting. I've never actually done the flag before. And the fact that I have to manually input it all is going to be a little iffy. Because usually we command block our unique flags just so we can have the perfect flag for each of our factions. The tech faction, I think Neo said he's going to just have a brown cog on some color black background. But yeah, so obviously we took away immersive weathering, which was what was causing all this grass to keep growing. Which is why I actually built on a little sandbar originally, was because I didn't want to deal with the grass growing. And then I decided to build my town on a half jungle island, which is why all this grass is actually super tall, is because this is technically a jungle biome right here. I think, actually it says it's woodland. What's this over here? Shrubland. So shrubland to woodland, which is why it's much greener and kind of looks like it's wetter. So it's got more water in the actual soil and grass, so it's greener over here. What really sucks about doing this is all the seeds that are filling my inventory that do not go into the EMC, do not have an EMC value. Craft Tweaker was not working, so I couldn't use that to force EMC on anything or certain recipes to be fixed, because we did have an issue with a recipe somewhere. I think it was the roller for Pam's Harvest Craft. Its recipe conflicts with something else, and so we can't actually make it. So we'll be looking into fixing that as well. It is turning nighttime, however, due to the sheer amount of torches, as you can see, going around, and I'm trying to be careful not to actually cut those, or break those torches. I've actually made it so creatures, or hostile mobs, cannot spawn on the island. which greatly benefits the fact that I don't have very many guards at the moment. But it benefits my villagers and they're safe constantly. And this one, I don't know how he ended up in there, but he ended up in there, the traveling villager. And it's rather aggravating that he's in there because he's always constantly making noise. And we do not have the mod that gives me the muffler. The sound muffler, because that is one thing that I would absolutely love to have. Yeah, hopefully we'll actually be able to run into some people at some point in the series and actually like trade some stuff. But right now everybody's kind of pushing to get their starting going. Everything from their starting zone, their cities, their towns. Some people are planning on making big empires. Some people are just trying to make a small thing where they don't have to harvest all the resources that they're going to need for their favorite mods, stuff like that. The biggest goal of this little, well, empire, mine's going to be an empire because, I mean, why not? Uh, the goal of my empire is to prevent people from going to the end. We do not want the end dragon to perish too soon. The music is very loud today. I did turn it up. Okay. That might be why all of my sounds are wonky. But we do not want people going into the end, which is why we are searching for the Eyes of Ender. You cannot craft all of them. There's a few that require crafting. You need specific ores or specific items to be able to craft them, but most have to be found in specific biomes, specific things. For example, a jungle temple I found while off camera. I found the Rogue's Eye, and then when I killed an evoker, I believe is what they're called, I got the Magic Eye. I believe I showed off in the last episode or two. They're currently resting in the chests, which I will probably be making a bigger security thing for that. And then we're going to go find a village with a living cartographer and hopefully find a way to the End Palace and steal their portal. Basically, we're going to go and take the portal out of it. So whoever else tries to find it won't be able to go without coming through us first. This is also a two-way protection because there are entities in the end that we do not want coming over here. While the Nether does pose a more direct threat, as the portal can be opened from either side in the Nether, the Nether's forces will not be as strong due to the sun. If you aren't aware, for example, zombie pigmen, piglins, will turn into zombie piglins when exposed to too much sunlight and the overworld. We're not quite sure why, but it's probably the same reason why a pig turns into a zombie pigman when it's struck by lightning. Uh-oh. So the grass is still growing. Odd. It's growing really fast here. And dryads, that just grew in front of me. As long as new grass isn't growing, we shouldn't have too many problems. Should probably wait till it's actually like too high and then I can just hit it once like this and it'll mine it. Anyways, we're going to take a break from this and actually go dive into some magic mods because I've been dying to make progress on specifically Ars Nouveau. We do have Ars Magica, which is another one of my favorite mods in this mod pack. However, getting into that, hey, our house upgrade is finished. Now we have the exact amount of houses for the exact amount of people we have. So I'm going to actually wait till she selects her next build, which should be, I believe, the other house is what's next on the docket to be built. This guard tower is ready to build. We did upgrade this guard tower. These are both tier 2. This is still tier 1. Those are two tier 2s, and that's tier 1. As we only have 4 people, we don't really need to upgrade that. Yeah, I plan on putting a guard tower out over here a little bit further ways. Right about here. We'll probably put another guard tower here once we get more people, of course. And then we could start building warehouses and stuff. Ah, she did start on the guard tower. Perfect. Let's go see what she may need. Because she will have a lot of resources from taking that down. So she has all the cobblestone, so we need dark oak fence, dark oak gate, dark oak planks, slabs, and then ladders. So let's get the ladders. Dark oak planks and slabs. This should cover all of them. With these upgraded, actually, I could actually show you this. I don't know if I actually like verbalized this last time, but there are the racks that we added. So down here, for example, here's all the stuff left over from them building her upgrading the house. She got a bunch of extra stuff, and the ingredients we just put in are here as well. So we can actually have couriers that'll come take these items that are extra and take them to the warehouse, or they'll take them from the warehouse to here to fulfill work orders or request orders for certain resources. That way they have access to the things. Max, you do not sleep. You need to go to bed, like in your own house. What do you need? We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, they just want guard towers. They constantly want guard towers, even though we don't have people for a guard yet. So these two are tier 2 houses. You can see they use fancier blocks. There's usually nothing in here, but there are beds for them to use, chests for them to stay at. I really like this design of the house, mostly because it gives it a Nordic feel. And it matches all these buildings will end up matching. Like right now it's just this small little triangle, but then it turns into similar to what that will turn into. They get bigger and grander as they go along. So while they work on that, so this is our territory here. So the goal is we're going to make this kind of the starting island with the warehouses, the builders, the houses to get people. And we will try to move further over here using guard towers to build around it. We'll put a barracks over here and then slowly clear out the land. This is where I plan to put a nether farm. And then if we have to, we'll put another town hall here and just make this a second part of the town via that. But guard towers will help us expand all the way around this, and I plan on putting guard towers that look more like lighthouses there. Here is the plan. And we will try to build basically a seawall here and connect the islands together to block this area off. So this will be a collection of where our larger ships will dock, and these will be outlets to the sea for them. And these will be patrol islands, basically. And then we can expand further from these two islands to add these islands in this little peninsula, this island here, and if we really wanted to, we could start putting outposts even further out. Oh, what's that? I was exploring this area for tulips, but I don't know what that is. We'll have to go look at that later. I think we'll go look at it now. We're going to go to bed first. So we'll TP over to home. Poof. Check to see how this is doing. Grand. Excellent, click that. Making lots of EMC throughout the day. Go to bed. Not quite. This is my book chest. I forgot we had Vampire Slayer 1 as an option, and I need to put that on something. Or we need to level it up, too. I mean, we have food. We have some okay armor. I might actually try, now that I have a lot more EMC, I might try to get this as a permanent option. Oh, totally gives the Darth Vader vibe. Won't need that. We'll need this. So, one thing we do need to do is start putting our, so using Z and X, I can cycle through my spells. So I'm going to select Mage Light, and then I'm going to mine this, and put a Mage Light there. That was the goal for these spots initially, but I had to put a torch there until, because I didn't actually make and save any of my lanterns. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Doop, doop. There we go. Now I'm a force to be reckoned with because I have an overpowered amount of armor and an overpowered amount of, well, I can't say that's an overpowered amount of health because we just fought something and it ripped through my health very quickly. Oh, the guys wielding axes. I can't remember what they're called. All of my things turned on for some reason. J. So yeah, our plan is to go southwest to whatever this structure is.